What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. So in today's video, I am going to be doing this look right here. I had so much fun playing with the Patricia Bright. I think this is called the Rich in Color palette. It had so many fun different shades to work with. So I just kind of played. I tried to use as many shades as I could from the palette. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video and let's get started. I'm just going to put this on. This is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. This is just the traditional berry. It's just a mask. I'm going to leave this on to prep my lips for a lip gloss later or a lipstick later. I love this stuff. Super comfortable and really moisturizing. Okay, so nails are still drying, but at least there's something on them. So really quick, before we get into the eye look, that is the whole point of today's makeup tutorial. I wanted to do a really fun, colorful eye look. I'm wearing this cute little bodysuit. It's like very, what's the word? It's very pop art. So I decided that I have the perfect eye palette that I wanted to play with more. That's like all neon colors that we'll do something fun with. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. I'm just quickly gonna do the rest of my makeup. So let's just throw on a bronzer. This is the one I typically use. This is the Too Faced Chocolate bronzer. I love this one because it smells like chocolate. And it's got actually like real cocoa powder in it, I think. So whenever I put it on, I just, I love it. It's a little dark for me. I think there's one called Milk Chocolate that's lighter. That's probably the one I should have used, but as summer is coming up, I feel like this will be okay again. But it does sometimes, in the middle of the winter, it does tend to look a little too like ashy on me. So yeah, I'm just doing, I do the apples of the cheeks and then the forehead, a little on the nose. I'm actually gonna go in with some blush today too, I think. Okay, I'm gonna use this fluffy blush brush. Let's go in with Tarte. It's in the shade Party. It's just like a really pretty dusty pink. So I'm gonna go in with that. And I find, I used to be a blush hater, I find that blush can go awry very quickly. And I don't want that to happen to me. So I just go like right on top. I find that if it comes down too far, I always don't like the way it looks. So I try and keep it like up high, like right here on the cheek. If it goes down too low, I start looking old. I don't want to look old. Alright, so that's pretty much it for blush. I just added like a little more warmth in there. And to complete it, I'm going to do something really cute today with highlight. Whenever I want to do a fun highlight, I always go to my highlights by Lime Crime. This one is super fun. It's got like a bunch of bright shades, so I think I'm gonna go in with this pink. Whenever I do this pink, oh my goodness, no she didn't. And sometimes I like to spray it too. This is pretty much done, but woo, look at that. So I'm just bringing it down the bridge of the nose and obviously on the high points of the cheekbone. Dang. Whenever I do this, I have to be careful because it can get crazy real quick. So I'm just going to try and blend this down a little bit. I should not have sprayed my brush. I feel like I went too heavy, but oh well. Too late now, right? So I'm just going to go back in. This is just my fluffy brush and just kind of blend it out as best as I can. Okay, so this is the palette I kind of had in mind for what I'm wearing. This is the Patricia Bright palette from Revolution Beauty. It's a big one, but look at all of these wild colors that we can really have, that we can have fun with. So that's the one I'm using. This is the Patricia Bright Rich in Color palette, and again, lots of fun shades to work with. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Clearly we need to do blue and yellow. I'm just quickly gonna fill in my brows real quick since they're bothering me. I think I just want to use like a bunch of colors, as many colors as I can. So that's what I'm going to attempt without looking like a clown. And the problem is when you're just freestyling it, I was gonna say freeloading. No, when you're like freestyling it and you don't really have a look in mind, sometimes that can turn out very interesting. I'm also going to, really quickly, just so we can get the rest of the base done, I'm just going to go back in and quickly do, I think I told you guys I do this last time, to just contour a bit more. Where's my little brush? Is it in here? I'm gonna go in with this Hoola bronzer, and I like to just take it up a little high on the cheekbone and contour a little bit more up there. Wow, do you guys see this? It looks almost wet. It's so iridescent. And then I go in with like almost like an eyeshadow brush, and I just take it down. I know some people can get really crazy with their nose contour, but I just kind of wing it. And because I don't want like a really, you can see on the side it looks really funny, I just blend it out with that same fluffy brush, just so it doesn't look as stark contrast. I just kind of blend it out a bit. So that's pretty much it with my base. The only other thing that I think I want to, we'll do it at the end, is the inner corner highlight. And then I told you guys last time that I like to go in with my Lime Crime, a bushy brow pen, and just make my brows look a little more wily. I just usually draw in. Again, you need to leave this pen upside down because it can, if it's not sitting upside down where the ink can drain, you won't get much out of it. And then I just go over it with the brow gel. So these are the bushy brow pen and the bushy brow gel from Lime Crime, and I'm using the shade Dirty Blonde. So, these are pretty rich in pigments. I've used these before. I don't want to make a mess, so I'm just gonna try and go slow and just apply little by little, and we'll see what we end up with. So I think I'm gonna start out putting in some yellow. I'm gonna go in with the color Vitamin C. There's also Honey Pot. Honey Pot is more of a metallic yellow, and I just want to go in with like a regular yellow. So I'm gonna keep it really tight on the inside and blend down. And I'm trying to be very specific with it so I don't blow it out too much, because I want to try and put as many colors, frankly, as I can on my eye. I want to really play, so if I go too quickly and take up too much real estate on the eye, I won't be able to do that. Okay, so started with the inner corner there. Gonna go back in with, I think, this purple one called Taste the Rainbow. It almost looks like a, not magenta, I feel like magenta is more pinkish red. Fuchsia? And again, maybe at this point is where you'd want to spray your brush, because if the colors are wet, they'll behave a little bit better than if they're just powdery. You can control them more when they're wet, is I guess what I'm trying to say. So what I was starting to say is these looks never look cute until they're all blended, so I don't know what we're gonna end up here with. I'm just kind of playing. I'm trying to keep it kind of tight next to the yellow. All right, next, I really want to try this green color. It's called green juice. So I'm going to try and get as much off the yellow as possible. And I'm going to go into this one here called green juice. Let's see what it looks. So I'm going to go here. This is so hard. Yeah, I'm going to go here. I'm going to kind of go to the right. Right? Yeah, the right of the yellow color. I don't know if you can, I can for sure, I can see it here, but it's not appearing as bright over there on camera, so let's just see. Okay, that helped a little spraying it. Oh my gosh, like spraying my computer. So I just wanted to be a little more reckless here, since I want this to be kind of fun and crazy. And again, you want to layer the colors, but you definitely want to try not to go over them as much. So I kind of went over that yellow, so I'm gonna go back in here and just dab it so we make sure you can definitely see like the delineation between the colors. Okay. Still looking a little crazy. Perfect. If it's looking a little crazy, you know you're doing something right. I think this is the one that I wanted to go back in and see if we can get a little more color payoff. Also, have a brush handy, one that doesn't have anything on it or is like your normal powder brush, so you can sweep away eyeshadow as it becomes crazy. I need to get a different spray, okay, because the other spray is running out. So this is the Urban Decay All Nighter, and I'm just trying to get that back on the brush so we can get some more color in here. Okay, just gonna go back in on the other side. Okay. Next, I want to kind of start blending out into like a purple and then like a blue. Not quite ready for the blue yet. So I think I want to go in with this like wild purple color first. And maybe start adding that before the blue. We got some fallout here, so again, have your brush handy. Again, I'm gonna spray so it stays. And again, you can take a fluffy brush that doesn't have anything on it yet, which I don't believe this does, and you can just use little circular motions to try and get the color. Now see how this one is almost blended out a little bit too much? I still want to make sure I have the purple on there. So again, I'm just gonna lightly spray. Okay, so my pink in here is not looking as bright as I want, and there is a brighter pink in there, so I'm gonna go in with this one called Fruit Punch. And I'm just gonna deliver some right on top there. See that, how it's making it pop a little more? Again, try and pat as much as possible to lay down the color. I'm gonna go back in with this one that still has some of the yellow on it and start blending above there just to introduce the colors to each other. And I'm gonna bring this pretty much out as far as I can because I have more colors that I want to add. So next thing I want to go in with, I'd like to start introducing, but I have to make sure I can control this because the dark colors get a little more difficult. I'm taking a flat shader brush and I'm gonna start going in with this teal color called Rich Rich. I do want to eventually get to Ocean Deep, but I think I want a little bit more of a greenish color before I go into the bright blue. So I'm just gonna start adding that right after the purple. Again, you can give it a little spray, which will help with the powder a little bit more. And it's okay, like you're going above now where your lash line ends, because when we go to do the final blend out, I'll make this into a sharper line and it won't look so crazy. So you're just gonna lay down as much color, and again, if you can just take a brush, and some of these shadows won't be as forgiving, like you can tell there's a little bit of the teal there. It's okay, no worries. Okay, and last but not least, I want to go in and just add that pop of blue. I think I'm gonna do it on top. Just get a little crazy here. So again, I'm going into Ocean Blue. And just adding it kind of up here to wing it out. Again, I know what you're thinking. Rachel, what in the hell are you doing? But I promise all of this eventually will blend together. You just want to take little baby steps to introduce the different colors to each other. And again, let's go back in with that pink and just tap in there. Our purple is kind of like fading here, so I wish I had more of this. I want to make sure that the purple gets a little more visibility, so I'm going back in with some of these purple shades and tapping. This one is Birthday Cake. It's another purple shade in there. I'm kind of mixing Reckless and Birthday Cake together. And again, make sure you're dusting away as you go here. And we will get whatever kind of excess has fallen. It's okay. And then last but not least, it's my crazy eye. We'll fix that. I'm gonna dip into the orange color. We've used a lot of colors in here, but I have not dipped into the orange, so I'm gonna use this one that already has orange on it, and I'm going into Yes Peaches, and I'm just gonna tap right here. You can just see how we're adding in all the colors. And we've taken up our eye pretty far. But I just think that the orange always helps blend the colors together. And you can take just a really fluffy brush and just kind of blend everything together. Just going back into Rich Rich again to add a little bit more of that tealy blue. I don't want to lose the blue, even though we're blending. Okay. Now it's time to blend everything together because it's looking crazy, but I promise you, every time I do a look like this, I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, it's not blending. But no one really knows how to do a colorful eye 100%. You always have to take some chances. So I'm going to go get a thing for makeup under eye, and I'll meet you guys right back here. Okay, so you're gonna get like a little bit of makeup remover. I'm just using the Garnier Micellar Water. And where I know I'm not going to be able to get the makeup off, I'm just taking that and bringing it straight up so we get that like natural, nice wing shape. Okay, and then what I'd like you guys to do is go back in with your beauty blender. There's already a little makeup left over, so no need to add more unless you really want to. And just go underneath and pat it up. You might have to just add a little bit more highlight because you might have removed some of your highlights. I'm always happy to add more highlight. So I'm just gonna, this is the wrong palette. I'm just gonna add a little bit more of this shade. Go back up where I removed it. Okay, but it wouldn't be a fun look, right, if we like left out the under eye. So I definitely want to do a couple of different shades. I want to integrate some of this beautiful bright pink, so I'm going to go back in to Fruit Punch right here, and I'm going to do Fruit Punch underneath in the center. I also want to do, let's do like a lighter color on the inside. I don't really want the green, maybe just the yellow. Oops. So I'm gonna take one of these really narrow brushes like this. Maybe we'll do like a little bit of vitamin C. Tap of vitamin C on both sides. And then I want to tap into, I think, Rich Rich. And then to go right on top of Rich Rich, let's do Ocean Blue. So gonna take a new brush, go into Ocean Blue, and try and connect it. Try and connect it to the other part of the upper eye, so the two almost connect up in a wing. Just make that a little bit brighter. Okay, and then we have our under eye, so let's just blend a little bit more. And there you have your under eye. You can choose whatever colors you want if you wanted to. Sometimes I even go underneath. I'll take some ES Peaches, and you can even just blend a little bit further down. Okay, then we have our super fun, colorful eye. It always is going to look crazy until you add your liner. So again, you might just want to go back in with your beauty blender and just tap a couple of times to make sure everything is pretty even. And let's add our black liner. Put all my brushes back away here. So I think for this look, I'm just going to take like black liner and line the under eye. You guys know a lot of times I do white, but I think for this one, just like traditional black. You can do a fun color if you have yellow or like a bright orange. You can definitely do that. So I do that on the bottom. And then on top, I'm going to use, do I have the other one in here? Yeah, I'm going to use something a bit more clean. So I have the Ciate London Stamp and Drag. One side has like a wing on it, and then the other side just has like the regular liner. I'm just going to bring my mirror a little bit closer to do this. So the way that I do this is I bring this up pretty far because I want everything to kind of blend together, and I find that a wing is the best way to do that. So I'm going to get as close to the lash line as possible and then bring it out pretty far. Again, if you're feeling like the blue looks messy, which sometimes it will, you can just tap over a couple of times until you feel like the blue is blending a little bit more. So don't be afraid to go in a couple different times and tap until you feel like it looks pretty good. And again, you can always go over, like I'm feeling like there's some blue left over here. Don't feel weird to go over it with some foundation. It's all good. So you can definitely do that and it'll like clean it up a little bit. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna go clean my workspace because there's eyeshadow everywhere, and I'll be right back to finish the look. Okay, you guys, so what I did is I lined my top of my lashes. I put some fake lashes on and then lined the top of them, like the trick I showed you guys last time, how to make your fake lashes seamlessly blend with your real lash line. And basically I added a lipstick from ColourPop. I had two choices here. I had like a cooler toned pink, which is really pretty, called Boa from the Matte X ColourPop Lippy Sticks collection. And then I also had Goodie Bag, which was like a more brighter pink. And that is the one that I decided to go with. I just slightly overlined the top lip, which you guys know I have a habit of doing. So yeah, just added lashes to finish the look. I hope you guys like it. The only thing that we're gonna do to complete is add an inner corner highlight, and I think I'm gonna do something like pretty outrageous to match the look. We want to go with pink or green. Let's see here. I think I'm going to go in with this green. This is from the Unicorns collection. We'll stick with the same highlight palette. This was the pink one that we used as our highlight, which is Gleaming. And then I'm going to go in with the mint color called Frolic. And we're going to do that as our inner corner color, just because we already have green there anyway, and I feel like it will make the most sense. But you guys can tell by just doing that, I just kind of pop the eyes even more. So pretty. And then I'm just gonna go up and do a little highlight in my brow bone. Again, doing that on the other side as well. And then if you wanted to go in one more time to blend the top out, let's see, is there anything in here? You can go in with just like a really fluffy blending brush and just make sure everything else is blended. And that is it. That is the completed look. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This Get Ready With Me was highly requested from one of my girlfriends. She just got like a neon palette. So Samicha, if you're watching, thank you guys for requesting. If you guys have any other requests of different looks that you want me to do, let me know. But I love color, so something like this is definitely right in line with the kind of makeup that I like to do. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye.